Hello, my most amazing artists. I have a really fun and cool activity planned for us today that's called a chalk print. All you need is chalk and water to create a super colorful and fun print just like this. How neat is that? Can you see all that little chalk detail in there? So in order to do this project, all you really need is chalk. Sidewalk chalk will work awesome if you have sidewalk chalk. I don't have any chalk or sidewalk chalk, so I'm going to use some soft pastels. It works just as good. And you need some water. So I've got a big basin of water here. I'm using an old cake pan. And then you're going to need a butter knife, not a sharp knife, a butter knife to scrape off the chalk with. And then of course you're going to need some paper to put the chalk on. So gather up those supplies and let's try this out. Alright, so I have my basin of water ready. It's not super full. It just needs a little bit of water for the chalk to float on top of. And I got my butter knife ready. You can see some colors inside of here already from the print that I just showed you. I just tested it out and I was really excited about it. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick out your first color of chalk, and then you're going to be taking your butter knife and you want to use the serrated edge and you want to kind of scrape against it. Be mindful of your fingers so that you don't accidentally hurt yourself. And you scrape along the edge of the chalk. You can kind of see it getting eaten away here. And then you'll see that chalk starting to float on the top of the water. And I like to kind of move my chalk around to spread that color out. You could be a little more mindful and try to do like stripy patterns or something and try something different. You can do a lot of variations with this. I want to do a really colorful one, so I'm going to experiment with a lot of different colors. Let's do some green. So I'm going to go crazy and I'm going to add a bunch of colors to this. And once I'm done adding a lot of color, I'll show you how to pull the print from this. So you go crazy with the color too if you want to, or you can do as much as you want or as little as you want. Okay, so I have all kinds of colors floating on top of my water. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of paper. I'm just using computer paper. And I'm going to just set it on top of the water. I'm not going to dunk it in. I'm just going to let it set and float for a second. I'm starting to see a couple little wet spots showing up on the back. And then you can pull it from the water and it will pick up all of the chalk that is floating on the surface. Pretty cool, right? Now it might be handy to have some newspaper on hand so that you can put your print somewhere to dry. I'm just putting mine on the carpet, so it's leaving my carpet a little bit wet. So maybe you want to lay down something to let your prints dry on because they do get pretty wet. I think I could spend the entire afternoon making these chalk prints. I just think they look so cool. And what's really fun about this is that you can just try every color. You could try to do like stripes and designs, see if you can experiment with this a little bit. But remember that you have to put new chalk in every time you pull a print. So once you pull that paper off, you have to do the chalk again, otherwise it's not going to work. What I really think that's going to be fun about this is that these papers, once they're dry, you can use them for so many different things. You could use them for collage, you could use them for paper weaving, origami, you could use it for making cards, you could draw on top of this. So this is really cool and handy paper to have, and it's original. There will not be two of the same paper, ever. They're always going to be different. So have fun experimenting with your chalk prints. I would love to see them. Remember to snap a pic and share it with me. Goodbye, my most amazing artists.